Have you ever found yourself trapped in a loop of negative thoughts? You're not alone, and today, we're here to help. Welcome back to our comprehensive series on how to stop overthinking. In this video, we'll be exploring cognitive behavioral techniques, a powerful set of tools that can help manage and even conquer overthinking. These techniques aim to change negative thought patterns and behaviors, leading to a more balanced and positive mindset. We'll be diving into various strategies such as recognizing cognitive distortions, utilizing the ABCDE technique, reframing thoughts, and employing affirmations and positive self-talk. We'll also discuss behavioral activation, the Socratic questioning technique, and building resilience. Each of these methods can play a significant role in building your mental resilience and breaking the cycle of overthinking. So are you ready to break free from the cycle of overthinking? Let's dive in. First off, it's crucial to understand what cognitive distortions are. These are essentially twisted patterns of thinking that can distort our perceptions of reality. They're like mental filters that color our view of ourselves, others, and the world around us. Some common cognitive distortions include black and white thinking, where we see things in extreme all-or-nothing terms, catastrophizing, where we anticipate the worst possible outcome, and personalization, where we blame ourselves for events outside of our control. Now, why is it important to recognize these distortions? Well, they're often at the root of overthinking. They fuel our negative thought cycles and can make us feel stuck. But here's the good news. Once we can identify these distortions, we're already halfway to overcoming them. Remember, identifying these distortions is the first step to challenging and reframing negative thoughts. Now let's explore a powerful tool known as the ABCDE Technique. This technique is a 5-step process aimed at challenging and replacing irrational thoughts with more realistic ones. Let's break it down. A stands for adversity. It's about identifying the event or situation that's causing stress. B is for beliefs. What are you telling yourself about the situation? C represents consequences, the emotional and behavioral outcomes of your beliefs. Next, we have D for disputation. This is where the real power of the technique lies. You dispute your beliefs, challenge their validity, ask yourself if there's another way to perceive the situation. Finally, E is for evaluating new thoughts. After disputing your beliefs, you evaluate and adopt a more balanced, rational thought pattern. By following these 5 steps, you can shift from an irrational to a rational mindset, helping you avoid overthinking. This technique is a practical way to transform your thinking patterns. Next, we'll delve into the art of reframing thoughts. This technique is about transforming negative thoughts into more positive or neutral ones. It's like changing the lens through which you view the world. For instance, instead of saying, "I always mess things up," you could reframe it as, "I'm learning from my experiences." This shift in perspective can make a significant difference in how you perceive your actions and their outcomes. It's not about denying reality or forcing false positivity, but about finding a more balanced and constructive perspective. It's about recognizing that every situation, every mistake, is an opportunity to learn and grow. So the next time you catch yourself spiraling into negativity, pause and try to reframe the thought. Ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? Can I find a silver lining or a lesson? Remember, the way you frame your thoughts can drastically change your perspective. Let's move on to a technique called cognitive restructuring. This dynamic method is all about challenging and reshaping your thought patterns. Imagine your mind as a building, and each thought as a brick. Negative thoughts form unstable structures prone to collapse. Cognitive restructuring helps you replace these unstable bricks with sturdier ones, those formed by positive and balanced thoughts. So, how do you do this? Start by identifying a recurring negative thought. Next, examine evidence for and against this thought. Is this thought always true? Are there instances where it's not? By doing this, you're not only challenging your thought but also seeking a more balanced perspective. For example, if your recurring thought is "I'm not good enough," look for instances that prove otherwise. Remember when you aced that project, or when you helped a friend in need? These are your sturdy bricks. This process is all about challenging and reshaping your thought patterns. Now let's discuss the power of affirmations and positive self-talk. These are potent weapons in our fight against overthinking. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, either out loud or in your mind. They're like personal mantras that help you maintain a positive mental environment. Positive self-talk, on the other hand, is about the conversations you have with yourself. It's about replacing negative thoughts with positive or neutral ones. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I'll give it my best shot." Incorporating affirmations and positive self-talk into your daily routine can have profound effects. They reinforce positive beliefs about yourself and your abilities. They also counteract negative self-perceptions that often lead to overthinking. Remember, our thoughts shape our reality. When we control our thoughts, we can control our actions and ultimately, our life's direction. The words you tell yourself matter. Make them count. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about behavioral activation. This technique takes a proactive approach to managing overthinking by encouraging participation in activities that bring joy or a sense of accomplishment. It's based on the idea that when you're engaged in something enjoyable or fulfilling, your mind naturally shifts focus away from rumination and towards the task at hand. Think of it this way. When you're absorbed in a good book, painting a beautiful landscape, or even simply walking in nature, you're less likely to be caught up in a whirlwind of negative thoughts. Your mind is too busy experiencing the pleasure or satisfaction derived from these activities. And the beauty of behavioral activation is its simplicity. It can be as easy as making time each day for a hobby you love, taking a brisk walk, or even spending time with loved ones. Remember, activities that bring joy or a sense of accomplishment can be a powerful antidote to overthinking. Next up is a technique known as Socratic questioning. This method, named after the classic Greek philosopher Socrates, is a form of dialogue where insightful questions are used to stimulate critical thinking and to illuminate ideas. It's a powerful tool to challenge overthinking. How does it work? Well, it's all about self-interrogation. Imagine you're caught in a spiral of negative thoughts. Rather than accepting these thoughts at face value, you start to question them. You might ask, is this thought based on facts or is it a perception? What evidence do I have to support this thought? Are there alternative explanations or viewpoints I haven't considered? How does this thought impact me and my well-being? By systematically questioning your thoughts, you can expose cognitive distortions, challenge irrational beliefs, and reveal the truth. This process can lead to a clearer, more rational understanding of your thoughts, allowing you to break free from the cycle of overthinking. By questioning your thoughts, you can uncover the truth and break free from overthinking. Last but not least, let's talk about building resilience. Resilience is essentially our ability to bounce back from adversity. It's a quality that can be developed and honed, much like a muscle. One way to build resilience is by acknowledging setbacks as opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, see it as a lesson. This shift in perspective can help you reduce overthinking and foster a growth mindset. When we experience setbacks, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of overthinking. But remember, setbacks are not roadblocks. They are merely detours leading us to our desired destination. So next time you face a setback, instead of spiraling into negative thoughts, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Resilience is about more than just surviving adversity. It's about learning, growing, and thriving in the face of it. Embrace challenges as learning experiences, not as reasons for overthinking. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly recap. We've explored cognitive behavioral techniques that can help you manage overthinking. We've learned to recognize cognitive distortions and reframe negative thoughts. We've delved into the ABCDE technique and cognitive restructuring, helping us replace irrational thoughts with more balanced perspectives. We've discovered the power of affirmations and positive self-talk, as well as the joy and accomplishment derived from behavioral activation. We've applied Socratic questioning, challenging the validity of our thoughts, and we've discussed building resilience, learning to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. Each of these techniques provides a unique approach to tackling overthinking, offering you a toolkit of strategies to use in your daily life. Remember, overcoming overthinking is a journey, not a destination. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos for more strategies and tips.